Have you ever wondered why some of the most intelligent and self-aware individuals are exceptionally selective about the company they keep? Marcus Aurelius, the great Stoic philosopher and Roman emperor, offers timeless wisdom on this matter. In his writings, he reminds us that the people we surround ourselves with have a profound impact on our thoughts, actions, and ultimately, our character. By identifying and avoiding certain types of individuals, we safeguard our mental clarity, emotional balance, and personal growth. This isn't about judgment. It's about protecting what truly matters, your pursuit of virtue, purpose, and inner peace. Today, let's explore why Marcus Aurelius advises steering clear of 3 specific kinds of people and how doing so can help you live a more focused, meaningful life. Ready to uncover this transformative Stoic insight? Let's dive in. Number 1. Guarding the fortress within. Marcus Aurelius famously likened the mind to an inner fortress, a sanctuary that must be diligently protected against negativity and disruption. This metaphor serves as a powerful reminder that our emotional clarity and mental peace are not automatic. They require effort, intention, and practice to sustain. One of the simplest yet most profound ways to guard this fortress is to avoid unnecessary conflict or exposure to toxic behaviors. While confrontation may sometimes feel unavoidable, the Stoic approach encourages discernment. Ask yourself, is this argument worth engaging in? Does it serve a higher purpose or align with your values? If the answer is no, then walking away is not a sign of weakness, but of strength. This practice not only preserves your energy, but also keeps your emotions from being hijacked by external chaos. Equally important is the recovery process after encountering negativity or difficult situations. Even with the best intentions, life is full of moments that can unsettle our emotional balance. This is where mindfulness practices come into play, acting as tools to restore and maintain your mental tranquility. Journaling, for instance, allows you to process your emotions and gain clarity about what truly matters. By putting your thoughts into words, you transform abstract worries into tangible insights, making it easier to address or let go of them. Meditative reflection also plays a crucial role in this process. Setting aside even a few minutes a day to focus on your breath or engage in contemplative thought can help you reconnect with your inner stability. This practice is not about escaping the challenges of life, but about equipping yourself to face them with calm and resilience. It's in these moments of quiet reflection that you reinforce the walls of your inner fortress, making them strong enough to withstand the storms of external turmoil. Guarding your mind doesn't mean shutting the world out entirely. Instead, it's about creating boundaries that allow you to engage with life thoughtfully and intentionally. When negativity arises, whether in the form of toxic behaviors, unnecessary arguments, or challenging interactions, the Stoic mindset invites you to see them not as threats, but as opportunities to practice self-mastery. How you respond to these situations defines the strength of your fortress. This approach is not only practical, but deeply liberating. By choosing to protect your inner peace, you take responsibility for your emotional state, no longer letting it be dictated by external circumstances. You realize that while you cannot control the actions of others or the events of the world, you can always control how you respond to them. Number 2. The power of boundaries, a Stoic approach to self-respect. Boundaries, in the Stoic perspective, are not barriers of hostility, but declarations of self-respect and an unwavering commitment to one's core values. They are not tools for exclusion or avoidance, but instruments for fostering clarity, harmony, and alignment in both personal and social interactions. By setting clear boundaries, we assert not only what we stand for, but also how we choose to engage with the world around us. The Stoics understood that without defined limits, we risk diluting our sense of self and becoming overwhelmed by external demands. This is why boundaries are seen as acts of wisdom and courage, reflecting a deliberate choice to prioritize what truly matters over fleeting distractions or toxic influences. In practical terms, setting boundaries begins with identifying what aligns or conflicts with your values and well-being. For instance, if you find yourself frequently in the company of individuals who engage in gossip or criticism, it may be time to reassess the value of those interactions. Spending excessive energy on negativity not only undermines your inner peace, but also distracts you from cultivating meaningful and virtuous relationships. Politely but firmly limiting the time you devote to such individuals is not an act of rejection, but an affirmation of your priorities. Equally important is the art of saying no, a skill the Stoics would argue is vital for maintaining personal integrity. Saying yes to every request, even at the expense of your well-being, is a path to exhaustion and resentment. Instead, consider adopting what modern psychologists call the assertive no. This involves declining commitments in a manner that is both respectful and firm. By doing so, you protect your time and energy, ensuring they are directed toward pursuits that contribute to your growth and align with your purpose. Imagine, for example, being asked to take on a responsibility that conflicts with your existing commitments or mental health. Instead of acquiescing out of guilt or fear of offending others, you might respond with gratitude and clarity. "Thank you for thinking of me, but I must decline as I've committed my focus elsewhere." Such a response is not only honest, but also honors both your needs and the requester's expectations. Boundaries, therefore, are not walls that isolate us, but bridges that connect us to our true selves. They allow us to engage with others from a place of authenticity and strength, rather than obligation or pretense. In relationships, they create a space for mutual respect, where both parties understand and honor each other's limits. Within ourselves, boundaries serve as a compass, guiding our actions toward what is essential and away from what detracts from our purpose. The Stoic approach to boundaries is deeply rooted in the principle of self-awareness. Before we can set effective boundaries, we must first understand our values, priorities, and triggers. This requires reflection and an honest evaluation of what we need to thrive. Marcus Aurelius often emphasized the importance of knowing oneself, reminding us that clarity within leads to harmony without. Equipped with this self-awareness, we can approach boundary setting as an act of kindness to ourselves and others. By clearly communicating our limits, we reduce misunderstandings and prevent unnecessary conflict. More importantly, we preserve our mental and emotional energy, enabling us to focus on what truly matters, living a virtuous and intentional life. When setting boundaries, it's essential to remain consistent. Inconsistencies can lead to confusion, eroding both your resolve and the respect of those around you. Think of boundaries not as temporary measures, but as enduring commitments to yourself. They are statements of what you will and will not accept, reinforced by actions that align with your words. Finally, Stoicism reminds us that boundaries are not meant to control others, but to govern ourselves. We cannot dictate how others will respond to our boundaries, but we can control how we enforce and uphold them. This distinction is critical, as it shifts the focus from external validation to internal alignment. By setting boundaries from a place of self-respect rather than fear or anger, we ensure that they reflect our highest values and contribute to our well-being. Number 3. Guarding your mind, navigating negativity with Stoic wisdom. Exposure to persistent negativity can cloud your judgment, drain your energy, and erode your confidence. This phenomenon isn't unique to modern life. It's a challenge humanity has always faced. The Stoics, with their timeless wisdom, understood this and advised a deliberate approach to distancing oneself from such influences. Their reasoning was clear. The company you keep has a profound impact on your thoughts, emotions, and actions. To begin, it's essential to evaluate your relationships with an honest and discerning eye. Ask yourself, do the people in your life replenish your energy, or do they leave you feeling drained? This isn't about cutting ties with everyone who is going through a tough time or those who occasionally vent their frustrations. It's about recognizing patterns and how to make them better for you. The formula for successful exercise is Chronic complainers, relentless pessimists, and those who consistently magnify problems without seeking solutions can weigh heavily on your mental and emotional reserves. The Stoics would encourage us to take control of such situations with grace and intentionality. Start by limiting the time and attention you give to these influences. This doesn't require confrontation or drama. It can be as simple as reducing the frequency of conversations or shifting the focus to more neutral or uplifting topics. For example, when a conversation veers into habitual negativity, gently steer it toward constructive or neutral ground. If the pattern persists, gradually create space by limiting interactions. Equally important is protecting your kindness from those who might exploit it. People who habitually take advantage of your goodwill, seeking to drain your resources without reciprocating support, pose a different but equally significant challenge. While the Stoics valued kindness and generosity, they also emphasized the importance of discernment. To be kind doesn't mean to be endlessly exploited. It's about setting boundaries that protect your peace while maintaining your integrity. In these situations, the Stoic response isn't one of anger or resentment, but of measured action. Recognize when your efforts to help or connect are being met with a lack of mutual respect. Politely but firmly establish limits on what you're willing to give. This might mean saying no to unreasonable requests or redirecting the dynamic of a relationship toward a healthier balance. Ultimately, the Stoic approach to negativity is rooted in self-awareness and purposeful action. By distancing yourself from toxic influences and setting clear boundaries, you create space for clarity, optimism, and resilience to flourish. This isn't about isolation. It's about curating an environment where your thoughts, actions, and emotions align with your values and goals. Life is too brief to be weighed down by the persistent negativity of others. Instead, follow the Stoic example. Cultivate relationships that inspire and support while maintaining the inner strength to navigate those that do not. Number 4, the wisdom of boundaries. Protecting kindness from exploitation. Kindness is one of the most cherished Stoic virtues, a principle deeply rooted in the practice of compassion and mutual respect. Yet, as with all virtues, it requires wisdom to apply it effectively. When kindness is extended without discernment, it risks being misused, exploited, or even undervalued. The Stoics understood this dilemma and offered guidance. Kindness should not come at the expense of self-respect, nor should it enable others to take advantage of it. A wise Stoic recognizes that kindness is not infinite. It is a resource to be stewarded carefully. When faced with those who exploit goodwill, the response need not be confrontational. Instead, the Stoic approach emphasizes silent but firm boundaries. These boundaries are not born of resentment or hostility, but of respect for oneself and for the proper balance of relationships. Boundaries act as a safeguard, ensuring that kindness remains a positive force rather than a source of depletion or imbalance. To navigate this, the first step is self-awareness. Identify patterns in your interactions. Are there individuals who consistently respond to your kindness with entitlement or indifference? Do certain relationships leave you feeling drained, as though your generosity is taken for granted? Recognizing these patterns is crucial, for it is only through awareness that you can begin to reclaim your power. Once these patterns are identified, the next step is to recalibrate your approach. The Stoics did not advocate for withholding kindness altogether, but rather for practicing measured generosity. This means directing your efforts toward those who appreciate and reciprocate them, while gently stepping back from situations where your kindness is met with exploitation. Measured generosity is not selfishness. It is the art of ensuring that your acts of kindness remain meaningful and impactful. This shift may require difficult but necessary adjustments in behavior. If you find yourself over-giving in a particular relationship, consider scaling back your efforts. This does not mean abandoning your values, but rather honoring them in a way that respects your own limits. In doing so, you preserve your capacity for kindness while fostering healthier, more balanced relationships. The Stoic emphasis on reason and balance offers a powerful framework for this process. By aligning your actions with your values and maintaining a clear sense of purpose, you avoid the pitfalls of resentment or guilt. Instead of viewing boundaries as an act of withdrawal, they become an expression of self-respect and integrity. You are not rejecting kindness, you are elevating it, ensuring that it remains a force for good in your life and the lives of others. In the end, managing kindness is about cultivating a deeper understanding of its purpose. It is not about giving endlessly or indiscriminately, but about fostering meaningful connections and promoting mutual growth. Kindness, when applied wisely, enriches both the giver and the receiver. It creates space for genuine appreciation and builds relationships that are rooted in respect and reciprocity. By embracing this Stoic perspective, you transform kindness from a passive act into a deliberate practice. You become both generous and discerning, a steward of your own virtue. In doing so, you not only protect your kindness from exploitation, but also ensure that it serves its highest purpose to bring value, harmony, and strength to your life and to the lives of those who truly appreciate it. Number 5. Rising above disrespect, a Stoic approach. Disrespect, whether in words or actions, can erode self-worth and mutual dignity if we allow it to define our reactions. However, the Stoic perspective reframes these moments not as personal affronts, but as opportunities to exercise restraint, wisdom, and integrity. The key lies in mastering the art of disengagement, choosing calm withdrawal over retaliation. When confronted with dismissive or offensive remarks, a neutral response is often the most powerful. A simple statement like, "I see where you're coming from," acknowledges the other person's perspective without validating their disrespect. This neutral stance serves two purposes. It prevents escalation and reinforces your control over the situation. By refusing to engage emotionally, you assert your autonomy and avoid being drawn into a cycle of negativity. Stoicism teaches us that we cannot control the behavior of others, but we can control how we respond. Retaliating with anger or hurt only compounds the disrespect, allowing it to linger within us. Instead, detachment becomes a shield, preserving our peace of mind. This isn't about passivity or condoning harmful behavior. It's about refusing to let someone else's actions dictate our inner state. In these moments, we demonstrate true strength by walking away with our dignity intact. Beyond immediate interactions, the Stoic approach encourages a broader reflection on the environments and relationships we choose to engage in. If disrespect becomes a recurring pattern in a particular setting or with certain individuals, it's a signal to reevaluate. Life is too short to be spent in spaces that do not align with your values or foster mutual respect. Prioritizing interactions that uphold dignity and shared principles is not only a form of self-respect, but also a practical strategy for cultivating a fulfilling and harmonious life. This doesn't mean avoiding conflict altogether or shying away from challenges. Constructive disagreement and open dialogue are essential for growth and understanding. However, there's a clear distinction between healthy discourse and persistent disrespect. The latter corrodes trust and hinders meaningful connection. Recognizing this difference empowers you to set firm boundaries, ensuring that your energy is invested in relationships that support your well-being. Stoicism invites us to see disrespect as an external event, separate from our intrinsic value. What others say or do reflects their character, not ours. By internalizing this perspective, we free ourselves from the burden of taking offense unnecessarily. Disrespect, in this light, becomes a test of practicing equanimity, patience, and resilience. Every instance of disrespect offers a choice: to react impulsively or to respond with deliberate calm. The former feeds the flames of discord, while the latter extinguishes them. Over time, consistent practice of Stoic principles fosters an unshakable inner strength. You learn to navigate difficult interactions with grace, preserving your peace and preserving confidence. In rising above disrespect, you demonstrate the values of a Stoic. Wisdom to discern what deserves your attention, courage to uphold your boundaries, and temperance to remain composed under provocation. It is through this practice that you not only protect your dignity, but also set an example for others, showing that true strength lies in choosing integrity over impulsive reaction. Ultimately, handling disrespect with a Stoic mindset isn't just about preserving your self-worth, it's about embodying the virtues that lead to a richer, more meaningful life. By refusing to let disrespect define your interactions, you reclaim your power, uphold your values, and create space for relationships grounded in mutual respect. Number 6. The power of silent strength. In the Stoic worldview, strength is often found not in bold confrontations, but in quiet restraint. The philosophy champions a peaceful detachment over the drama of conflict, a deliberate choice that allows individuals to maintain their inner equilibrium and personal power. By choosing calm over chaos, Stoics demonstrate that true strength lies not in dominating others, but in mastering one's own. This principle of silent strength becomes especially relevant when faced with situations that tempt us to argue or defend our choices. Often, the instinct to justify ourselves or engage in heated discussions stems not from a need for clarity, but from a desire for validation or control. However, the Stoics remind us that engaging in such debates often leads to nothing more than wasted energy and frayed emotions. Instead, they encourage a more measured approach, one rooted in self-retreat and reflection. Practicing self-respect, improving that you understand yourself and staying in alignment with your core values. Practicing self-return in these moments means resisting the urge to react impulsively. It requires recognizing that external validation or winning an argument does little to enhance your inner peace or integrity. The Stoics believe that maintaining tranquility is far more valuable than proving a point. By choosing to detach from the need to argue, you preserve your mental clarity and emotional balance, enabling you to act with purpose rather than reaction. Visualization exercises can further reinforce this practice. By imagining the long-term benefits of choosing peace over conflict, you create a mental roadmap that makes it easier to stay composed in challenging moments. Picture yourself walking away from an argument with your dignity intact, your energy conserved, and your focus unbroken. Visualize how such restraint enhances your relationships, builds trust in your character, and strengthens yourself. This exercise not only prepares you for future challenges, but also reinforces the value of choosing silence over unnecessary confrontation. In practicing silent strength, you also embody a key Stoic principle: the distinction between what you can control and what you cannot. You cannot control others' opinions, behaviors, or reactions, but you can control how you respond. By choosing not to engage in conflict, you assert your power over your own mind and emotions. This choice is not an act of weakness, but a profound expression of self-mastery. This approach does not mean avoiding all confrontation. There are times when standing up for principles or addressing injustice is necessary and aligned with Stoic virtues, such as courage and wisdom. However, these instances are deliberate and purposeful, not driven by ego or impulse. The key is discernment, knowing when silence is the stronger choice and when speaking out aligns with your values. By cultivating silent strength, you build a foundation of inner peace and resilience. Each time you choose detachment over drama, you reinforce your ability to stay composed and focused, no matter the external circumstances. This practice becomes a powerful reminder that true strength lies not in overpowering others, but in mastering yourself. Number 7, peace as a priority. In the framework of Stoic philosophy, peace is not merely a passive state of mind, but an active pursuit. It is cultivated through deliberate alignment of one's actions with deeply held values and a conscious effort to avoid draining and unproductive interactions. This sense of peace is not about retreating from the world, but engaging with it wisely and purposefully, maintaining harmony within, even amidst external chaos. To achieve this inner tranquility, the Stoics emphasize practical habits that fortify the mind and nurture the spirit. Daily rituals, for instance, are powerful tools to reinforce a sense of calm. An evening gratitude practice is one such habit. By reflecting on moments of the day that brought even the smallest joy or growth, you can shift focus from worry or regret to appreciation and learning. Similarly, integrating deep breathing exercises into your routine helps center your thoughts and soothe the nervous system, grounding you in the present moment. Another effective strategy is the creation of a priority filter. This involves examining relationships and interactions through the lens of your core goals and values. By asking whether a relationship supports or aligns with your life's purpose, you can discern where to invest your energy and where to draw boundaries. This is not an act of selfishness, but one of self-preservation and clarity. Stoicism teaches that we cannot control others, but we can control the extent to which we allow their behavior to affect our peace of mind. Practicing peace as a priority also means recognizing the moments when disengagement is the most virtuous choice. Energy-draining conflicts, superficial relationships, or unnecessary arguments are distractions that pull you away from a centered life. The Stoics remind us that not every battle is worth fighting, nor every opinion worth defending. Peace comes from mastering the art of letting go of the need to prove yourself, the need to win, or the need to be understood in every situation. However, peace is not a destination. It is a continuous journey that requires consistent effort. By establishing habits that align with your values and by intentionally filtering your priorities, you create an environment in which peace can flourish. This doesn't mean avoiding challenges or responsibilities, but rather approaching them with a clear mind and a composed spirit. Challenges will come, as they always do, but a person rooted in peace meets them not with panic, but with purpose. The Stoics believed that aligning one's actions with inner principles is the ultimate key to tranquility. This alignment creates a sense of harmony between your inner world and the outer one, where the noise of the external cannot unsettle the quiet confidence within. By focusing on what truly matters and letting go of what does not, you free yourself from unnecessary turmoil and direct your energy toward living a life of integrity and meaning. Peace as a priority is not just a practice, but a way of being. It invites you to consider, with every decision and every interaction, whether you are moving closer to or further from the values that define you. In this way, peace becomes not only the foundation of Stoic living, but its ultimate reward, a life lived deliberately, with purpose and calm, no matter what the world brings your way. In a world filled with diverse perspectives and personalities, Marcus Aurelius's wisdom reminds us to tread carefully in choosing our company. The Stoic philosophy teaches us that the people we surround ourselves with profoundly influence our character and growth. Avoiding those who spread negativity, act without integrity, or drain your energy allows you to focus on nurturing meaningful connections and your own development. Life is too short to spend with those who pull you away from your values and goals. By applying this timeless wisdom, we empower ourselves to live with clarity and purpose, staying true to what truly matters. Remember, your time and energy are precious. Use them wisely. If you found this perspective valuable, don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe to our channel for more insights into Stoicism and living a purposeful life. Let's continue this journey of growth together.